Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we would be revising my notes on IGCSE Biology Chapter 2 Cells and Organisation of Organisms. This is the syllabus requirements for Chapter 2 for those of you who are giving your exams between years of 2023 to 2025. Cells are the basic building blocks of life. All living organisms have cells. This table summarizes the differences between plant cells and animal cells. Plant cells have a cellulose cell wall, whereas animal cells do not have a cell wall. Plant cells have cell membranes and animal cells also have cell membranes. Plant cells have cytoplasm and so do animal cells have cytoplasm. Both plant and animal cells have a nucleus. Plant cells have chloroplasts containing chlorophyll, but animal cells do not have any chloroplasts. Plant cells have large vacuoles which contain cell sap, but animal cells they have smaller vacuoles called vesicles. Plant cells often have starch grains, whereas animal cells don't have starch grains. Plant cells are regular in shape, whereas animal cells are usually irregular. So these are the diagrams of the animal cell and the plant cell. Animal cells have the nucleus, which contains the genetic material, the cell membrane, ribosomes, cytoplasm and mitochondria. Plant cells have all of these things along with a cell wall, vacuole and chloroplasts as well. Moving on to the functions of each of the parts of plant and animal cells. So first up is cell membrane. Cell membrane, as we have seen, it is found in both plant and animal cells. It is a thin layer of protein and fat. Its function is to hold the cell together, control what goes in and out of the cell, and it is partially permeable. Cell wall is found only in plant cells, and in plant cells the cell walls are made up of cellulose. Cellulose is a kind of carbohydrate called polysaccharides. More on this in chapter 4. The functions of cell wall is to protect and support the cell. It is fully permeable. Cytoplasm is clear jelly. It's mostly water. Almost 70% of the cytoplasm is water, and it contains many substances, especially proteins. So the functions of cytoplasm are that it supports the cell organelles, it is the site of metabolic reactions, and it contains water and other solutes. Vacuole is a space in the cell that is surrounded by a membrane and containing a solution. So as we have seen in the diagram, plant cells have a large vacuole which contains cell sap. Cell sap is a solution of sugars and salts dissolved in water. Animal cells have a relatively small membrane bound vacuole which is called vesicles. It contains food or water. So the function of vacuole is that it helps to support the shape of the cell, and it is used for storage of certain materials. Chloroplasts are never found in animal cells. They are only found in plant cells, and all green parts of the plant has chloroplasts which contain the green pigment chlorophyll. Chlorophyll uses the energy from sunlight for photosynthesis. Animal cells contain granules of glycogen instead of starch. So the functions of chloroplasts are that it is the site of photosynthesis. Chlorophyll pigments absorb light energy needed for reaction to occur. Nucleus is the place where all the genetic information of the cell is stored. It helps the cell to create right kinds of proteins, and the information is kept in chromosomes, which is made up of DNA. The functions of nucleus is that it contains genetic material in chromosomes and it controls cell division. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. It is found in all cells except prokaryotes. So we had discussed in the previous video that prokaryotes, example is bacteria. So inside the mitochondria, oxygen is used to release energy from glucose in the process of aerobic respiration. So cells that need lots of energy are tightly packed with mitochondria. Functions of mitochondria are that it's a site of aerobic respiration. It is a powerhouse of the cell, and it helps process of cell division, growth and death. Ribosomes are found in all types of cells. They attach to a network of membranes that run throughout the cytoplasm, which is called the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So the main function of the ribosome is in the production of protein, and it's the site of protein synthesis. So these are a few questions and their answers. So what sort of cells are surrounded by a cell membrane, both plant and animal cells? What does fully permeable mean? Fully permeable means that any substance, big or small, can enter or leave the cell. So we have seen that the cell wall is fully permeable. What does partially permeable mean? Partially permeable means that only a few substances can enter or leave the cell. So a cell membrane is an example of a partially permeable membrane. What is the main constituent of cytoplasm? It mainly consists of water. And what is a vacuole? A vacuole is a space in a cell surrounded by a membrane, and it contains a solution. In plants, the solution is called cell sap, and vacuoles in animal cells are called vesicles, which contain food or water. Next up is specialized cells. So what exactly are specialized cells? These are cells which have a particular function to perform, and their structure is modified to help them to carry out that function effectively. So here are a few examples of specialized cells. First up is the ciliated cell. It is found in the lining of the trachea and bronchi of animals, and its function is that the cilia moves mucus upwards. Next is the neuron, and a neuron is found in nervous system of animals. It helps to conduct electrical impulses. Red blood cells or RBCs, these are found in the blood of mammals, and they help in transporting oxygen. Both sperm and egg cells are specialized for reproduction. The main function of an egg is to carry the female DNA and to nourish the developing embryo in the early stages of its development. And the function of the sperm is to transport the male's DNA to the female's egg. The root hair cell is found near the tips of the roots of flowering plants, and its main function is the absorption of water and mineral ions. And palisade mesophyll cell is found in the leaves of flowering plants, and its function is photosynthesis. Lastly, we will cover the levels of organization. Cells are the most basic level of organization because all living things are made up of cells. A tissue is a group of similar cells that work together to carry out a shared function. An organ is a group of different tissues that work together to perform specific functions. An organ system is a group of organs which work together to perform body functions. And lastly, organ systems work together to make entire organisms. So the main levels are cells to tissues to organs to organ systems, and last, organisms. Hit the like button, share this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.